Herbalife is a company that sells nutritional supplements and weight loss products through a network of 3.1 million salespeople. Thanks to hedge fund manager Bill Ackman, Herbalife is currently fighting for its life. Bill Ackman recently raised questions about the company's accounting practices, and the stock quickly lost more than 30% of its value. Thanks for coming in today, Bill.
Sure.
First of all, what are you accusing Herbalife of?
Of being a pyramid scheme. We believe Herbalife is a pyramid scheme.
Explain, what do you mean by that?
Well, Herbalife sells products, weight loss products, nutritional supplements, vitamins, things like that. But what they really sell, and what their distributors make money from, is by selling what they call a business opportunity. And the business opportunity is to sell the business opportunity to your friends, who in turn sell the business opportunity to their friends. And we don't believe there's really end demand for the product by true retail consumers at the suggested retail prices for the product.
How much money have you spent betting against Herbalife?
We have a short position of over $1 billion. It is illegal to run a pyramid scheme. It's much like a chain letter. If you remember, as a kid, you get a letter in the mail and it says, well, send 10 cents to the 6 people on the envelope who came before you, and in 3 weeks you'll have $1,000. The problem with endless chains, the problem with pyramid schemes, is that it requires an enormous number of recruits at the bottom to feed the people at the top. Inevitably, the people at the bottom lose money, and only the people at the top make money, and it's not a legitimate business, and as a result, it's inherently fraudulent.
So what has the Federal Trade Commission said about your accusations?
They've said nothing publicly at this point. We have not met with the FTC. We are going to endeavor to do so, but I expect they will take this quite seriously. I mean, I've never before stood up and said a company's a pyramid scheme. I'm much better known for taking stakes in big companies like Canadian Pacific. We're a large shareholder of the second largest railroad in Canada, large shareholder of JCPenney. We're working with that company on transforming its business. That's what I spend most of my time doing. But as part of my work as a traditional investor, I came across this company, and I found it really remarkable in a bad way.
But
a tiny fraction of 1% of the people here make a real living from working with Herbalife.
But what if the government
93% make nothing?
Doesn't agree with you? What if they investigate, don't find anything? Doesn't the company has been around for 32 years.
That won't happen.
What other catalysts could cause the company? You've said in the past that it would go to zero. What is the catalyst?
The catalyst here is several-fold. Pyramid schemes depend on the confidence of their distributors, because distributors have to write big checks to become sales leaders. You've got to spend $3,000 or $4,000 just on the product. Okay, you got to buy an inventory of the product, a large amount of product, in order to qualify to get commissions. And then you have to recruit people beneath you, who in turn have to buy a large amount of product to qualify for you get royalties on them, all the way down. But it requires a lot of confidence in the system, because you're convincing people to do something that requires writing a check, and the people they go after are the lowest income people in this country and the lowest income people around the world, and the people who are generally financially unsophisticated. So it depends on confidence.
So is your bet that these people are going to start walking away if the government doesn't get involved?
Yes, and it started to happen.
You made your presentation a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Why haven't more people who have been defrauded, as you've said that a lot of people have been defrauded by the system, why haven't we heard from more of them since you made your presentation?
First of all, it's enormous turnover. 90+%, they used to disclose the number, but over 90% of the people quit within a short period of time. So they have to constantly refill the system with new victims, as we describe it. Herbalife focuses on the Hispanic community in the U.S. So Herbalife, traditional trajectory in a market is they boom early, and then it collapses when they run out of people at the base of the pyramid, sort of new recruits. The U.S., interestingly, one of their arguments is, well, we've been around for 32 years. How could we be a pyramid scheme? The answer is they've gone from country to country to country. They're now in 87 countries. And, you show up, and particularly to a financially unsophisticated person, this sounds like a great idea. If you're unemployed, this is an opportunity for you.
Bill, as you said, they have been around for 32 years.
Yes.
If the company just keeps on going along as it has been, how long are you willing to wait and sit on this bet?
We're not sitting. Okay, we're shouting from the rooftops. They've never had someone like me prepared to say the truth about the company.
So how long are you willing to wait on your short position?
I'm going to the end of the earth.
So
okay?
what if it's 3 more years, 5 more years?
If the government comes out and determines this is a completely legal business, then I will lobby Congress for them to change the law. I had a moral obligation. If you knew that Bernie Madoff was running a Ponzi scheme, and you didn't tell anyone about it, and you allowed, and it went on for 32 years.
So you find this very analogous
very
to
much
Bernie,
so. I mean,
Bernie Madoff.
A pyramid scheme is a modern day version of a Ponzi scheme. It's more sophisticated in that they hide the sort of Ponzi features of it, if you will, around a product.